I'd like to first congratulate everyone here for their hard work, dedication, and achievement. We should all be honored and take pride in what we have accomplished. As musicians and artists, we are privileged with the responsibility to draw out emotions, evoke thought, and to help shape and define our culture. Our path is one that is never-ending and limitless to possibilities. As artists, our determination, passion, creativity, talent, and insanity is what brings us together and breathes life into our music. The camaraderie and professionalism that we have forged over time is not one that can be broken. This comes from mutual respect and empathy. Only we know the amount of work and the kind of work it has taken to reach this point. When I was asked to give this speech, I accepted without a moment's hesitation. The theme being a reflection on my time here at the University of Washington. As I sat down and began to reflect, I realized that I had 6 years and close to 300 credits of reflecting to do. Here are the 3 most important decisions I made here at the university. I began in the fall of 2002. My class schedule consisted of Math 124, Calculus with Analytic Geometry, Chemistry 142, General Chemistry, concentrating in atomic matter, stoichiometry, acids and bases, chemical equilibrium, and gas laws. And rounding out the 15-quarter schedule was Psychology 101. At the end of that school year, all I had to show for my work was a 3.5 average, debt, no friends, and an incomprehensible feeling of emptiness. You see, I was prepared to go to medical school. This routine carried on into my sophomore year. As I began to investigate the medical route further, it was brought to my attention that in order to apply, I had to have a bachelor's degree. The degree could be in anything. I decided that I would become a music major, and then afterwards apply to medical school. Well, this was the beginning of the end for medicine, and life-changing decision number 1. Life-changing decision number 2 came late in spring of 2004. We were all in jazz lab on a Friday afternoon. Some of the guys were playing the tune, but no one was on the piano. At this time, I was still playing the saxophone. Class was running a bit late, and I decided to jump onto the piano and comp. You see, I'd been struggling all throughout childhood with this longing to return to the piano. I began at the age of 5 and quit at the age of 7, and picked up the saxophone in 5th grade. As our mini session ended, I felt someone put their hand on my shoulder. As I turned and looked up, I heard this figure say to me, "Yeah, man, you sound pretty good." You have to understand that this person has been a hero of mine since I was 15 years old. When I turned 16 and could drive, the first thing that I did was go to the jam session that he held at Tula's every Sunday night. I would sit there until 2 a.m. in the morning, listening to the beautiful sounds that came from the piano. I had to smuggle myself in the corner and hide whenever the waiter came by because I was underage. For him to say those 6 words to me meant all the difference in the world. I pondered for 1 more week and decided to have a meeting to discuss my possibility of becoming a jazz piano major. As I conveyed my life story to him, I was amazed by how intensely he was listening. He too could relate because he had a similar life story of starting his musical journey a bit later than most. He signed me up for piano lessons, a student who couldn't play scales, had little to no technique, and wondered what the funny sign was below the treble clef sign. 4 years later, and thousands of hours practicing and playing, I stand before you to receive both a Bachelor's of Music in Jazz Studies and Music Education. For those of you who may not know of whom I speak of, I'd like to personally thank, from the bottom of my heart, Mark Seals for giving me a chance, his time, and seeing me through to the end of my UW career. The greatest lessons that I received had nothing to do with the piano, but everything to do with who I am and will be. He taught me, through our common medium, the value of preparation, experience, and making connections, as well as the ability to listen, respect, and so much more. I would not be here without you and your decision to accept me as a student 4 years ago. Thank you very much. Mark. Life-changing decision number 3 came in the Yakima Valley just this past school year. Our music education class provided general music to the elementary students at Valley View Elementary. Without the support of UW, these students would not have a structured music experience. Giving the gift of music to children and seeing firsthand what they can do with it and how it affects their lives was enough for me to decide that teaching elementary music was my educational path. It is easy to decide this when one has a dynamic and knowledgeable teacher such as Dr. Patricia Campbell leading the way. She has been a constant source of inspiration and guidance for me. Thank you very much for your time, your support, and energy. Over the years, I will never forget the memories of being part of Larry Starr and John Hanford's end-of-the-year review sessions. Or the School of Music Welcome Back barbecue, flipping burgers in the rain with Doug Matthews. Thank you to Dr. McCabe for her not tireless, but tiring work she does for our school. I am so very appreciative for the kindness and support she has given me. Because of her recommendations, as she stated before, I was the first student representative at Dog Days in the Desert, the university's largest fundraising event that takes place over 4 days in Palm Desert, California, as well as this year attending the Essentially Ellington competition, a high school competition that takes place over 3 days in New York. So thank you for everything that you do as well. We have gained irreplaceable experiences, made connections with the only thing that truly matters, people, and have made and will continue to make our decisions. Know what you want, figure out how to get it, and do it are the words of Don Immel. Thank you for this privilege and experience to speak today. I am honored to walk at commencement with you side by side. Thank you and congratulations.